Welcome, and thank you for joining us for a special video presentation of Nathan Adelson Hospice's 17th annual Celebration of Life Butterfly Release. It is my privilege to join you via video as we celebrate the memory of our loved ones who are no longer with us. Today we'll be releasing butterflies as symbols of love, transformation, and hope. The Chinese philosopher Lao Tzu wrote, "Being deeply loved by someone gives you strength, while loving someone deeply gives you courage." In our work, we know that love never fades. How we grieve, often by holding a large gathering to celebrate a life, is changing during the coronavirus outbreak. We understand the extra emotional stress of not being able to gather and support each other in person is very difficult. It is our hope that this day helps you on your journey of remaking life after loss, and we honor those we have lost and celebrate their lives. We can share in the healing process and help strengthen each other and our community. Nathan Adelson Hospice also lost employees since the inception of this event 17 years ago. Today we remember John Anderson, Terry Gervich, and Mike Kemp. Nathan Adelson Hospice is proud to be the community's trusted partner for comprehensive end-of-life care. All of today's proceeds benefit Nathan Adelson Hospice programs and services, which help ensure that no one ends the journey of life alone, afraid, or in pain. We thank everyone for their continued support, as well as our valued sponsors and our charity partners. A special thank you to the following: Paul Mortuaries, Cemeteries, and Crematories, and Maximum Hope Foundation. Our good friend, Brad Garrett, started the Maximum Hope Foundation to provide a lifeline for families navigating the devastating financial and emotional challenges of caring for a child with a critical illness. Visit MaximumHopeFoundation.org to learn more about this great organization. The symbolism behind the butterfly release comes from a Native American legend. The story states that anyone who desires a wish to come true must first catch a butterfly, then whisper that special message or wish to the butterfly. Since a butterfly can make no sound, the secret is not revealed to anyone but the Great Spirit who hears and sees all. It is now a privilege to introduce our chaplain, Richard Martin, who will share a message of hope and inspiration.
We are very thankful that all of you had decided to join us today. This is a complicated time for all of us. Many of us have been faced with the loss of someone who is dear to us and central to our lives. This by itself is enough to add tremendous weight to our lives. In addition, we are also faced with the many complications, questions, and unique griefs that have come to us over the last few months. This is a complex situation, and it can complicate our ability to grieve effectively and heal well. It is that much more important that we pursue every opportunity we have to give and receive hope and support. Our goal today is that you feel loved and supported in your journey of loss and recovery. We acknowledge that we're not able to visit our loved ones or gather together the way we might want to right now. But we are also so thankful that you are able to join us today as we embrace these symbols of hope. Winston Churchill once said, "Nourish your hopes, but do not overlook realities." Hope is at its peak form when it comes from a genuine acknowledgement of our hurt. Today we are here to celebrate hope. A hope that is bigger than our current pain, a hope that can take us forward, a hope our loved ones would have wanted us to embrace. When we first encounter loss, especially the loss of someone absolutely central to our lives, it is absolutely devastating. It's like waking up from a major surgery. We hurt all over. There is no part of ourselves or our lives that goes unaffected. We look around our homes and our lives, and everywhere there are reminders. We might find ourselves stuck in a fog of uncertainty, clouded thinking. The concepts of healing and recovery might seem very distant. If this is where you are right now, I hope that you know that you are truly not alone. Around this community, there are many, some watching this program right now, that feel the loneliness of fresh grief. During this time, you must be diligent. Keep your daily routines and rituals. Take care of yourselves, your home, and your family. Do not feel bad if you can only do these things a little at a time and find yourself feeling wiped out. You are carrying heavy burdens, and it is no wonder that you might feel exhausted. In time, you will find, even marginally, more strength for the day and fewer tears. Then something remarkable might happen. Those photos and objects that you had to put away because they were too much to even look at start to bring you joy, even in the midst of pain. It might be a dusty old jacket, a family portrait, a particular memory, or even something more precious and personal. Whatever it is, I trust that all of you will find a day when it begins to fill your heart with the hope that despite your separation, your loved one can continue to be an enriching part of your life. In the well-known book, Through the Looking Glass, there is the line, "In the garden of memory, in the palace of dreams, that is where you and I shall meet." The presence of our loved ones can suddenly seem real again. Whether it is through sharing a memory with a friend or neighbor, remembering a forgotten piece of advice, or feeling like you can hear their voice from over your shoulder while making an old family recipe. These things begin to overwhelm us with the sense of rejoicing for having known their love, their dreams, and their gifts. And while we still hurt, their words and wisdom begin to bid us forward in our journey. In time, we will begin to see the world open up to us once more. We will hear the voice of our loved one beckoning us to move towards the life that they had hoped for us to have. We will find a new harmony where even in grief, we grow and move forward. We will begin to embrace the voices and symbols of hope in our lives. These butterflies that we release for you today are symbols of hope. Hope for our loved ones, hope for ourselves, and even hope for our community. Their strength and grace echoes those taught to us by those we are here to honor. We acknowledge our pain, hold fast to our joys, and embrace the path onwards, honoring their legacy in our lives every step of the way.
Nathan Adelson Hospice remains committed to the community throughout this pandemic. We are committed to serving families and giving them every possible option for help with grief and bereavement. Before or after death, Nathan Adelson Hospice offers services to help individuals cope with the loss or impending loss of a loved one. Rest assured, we offer bereavement services to anyone in the community in need of the support, regardless of their participation in our hospice services. As a safety measure during the COVID-19 outbreak, Nathan Adelson Hospice has suspended in-person bereavement support groups and memorials. However, these services are still available over the phone or video conferencing. I also want to encourage friends and family members to reach out to one another. Social distancing is hard for everyone, especially those living in isolation. Sharing stories and memories with loved ones is therapeutic and helps lessen feelings of loneliness. Thank you for joining us today. Thank you to our donors and sponsors for your continued support, which helps us fulfill our vision that no one ends the journey of life alone, afraid, or in pain. Stay safe and be well.